Welcome to the General's Gentlemen.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Command & Conquer 0 Hour. We have another demo versus Nuke, and I was concerned that we had casted this game because we just recently did an epic demo versus Nuke with Dominator, and now we have another epic demo versus Nuke with Dominator.
I'm not mad about that though, Machine. That's not something you should be sad about. It's something I'm glad about, just personally, because it will be another epic demo versus Nuke. Chad this time will be spawning in as our China Nuke.
Yeah, Dominator is going to be the GLA, the demo, and it's kind of it just seems really strange, right? When I know there were some people that were like, casting Dominator again, and it's like, oh man, I have to drive to work again in my Lamborghini.
Yeah,
I wish I had a bit
terrible.
more variety,
Yeah,
you know, so I
man.
could drive to work in different cars that aren't Lamborghinis, and it's like, yeah, all right, mate. But we're gonna have.
You know what I hate? Eating dinner at like 6-star restaurants. Like that's just like it's the worst.
Yeah.
I hate it. Give me a Macca's quarter pounder any day.
So this is interesting. We have a very fast Gatling cannon on the right side. I don't know, because I mean, you think he just put some mines down if he's worried about some tech terrorists, but I suppose he's worried about a bit more than just that. The tech RPGs, a lot of actually terrorists. Oh, the mines on the power plant. Nice.
Yeah. Ooh. Terrace Jixis was on that. That's actually good for Chad because the mines haven't been revealed yet. Could actually eat something with something going over that. So yeah, Gatling setup. It certainly would be to defend that supply against any kind of quad harassment from that right side tunnel. We see that a lot on TD. Pretty long response time between your main base and that right hand side. So putting the Gat down makes sense. Not going to be super effective against tech terrors, however.
Worker. Oh wow, actually the terror tech is denied. One terrorist goes down, so that's enough to prevent the factory from getting demolished. That was a weird play from Dominator, the GLA. He actually didn't try to avoid the Dragon Tank. He could have maybe flanked off the factory and then taken it out with the terrorists.
Certainly seemed weird. Machine had the worker inside of that technical as well. Maybe to draw fire, maybe to build the tunnel network. Both of them were options, but it certainly seemed like a miss micro, which is odd for Dominator. You don't often see a miss micro.
Yeah. The only issue with having that Gatling tank there is, sure, it defends your supply, but it doesn't deny your opponent's forward tunnel. And now Chad has to deal with Dominator having a really good tunnel network layout. Marauder tanks, here we go. It's been a while, Blake.
It has been a little while, Machine. Hopefully we see Dominator micro properly. I'll have none of that just right-clicking on the Battle Master.
Well, the Battle Master's faster than him,
Yeah.
so...
Yeah, I was hoping he was trying to flank it, like come in from an angle.
Yeah,
So,
okay, fair enough. And probably should be able to get this one away as the RPGs move in. Maybe not, though. It's going to be a close one. Of course, the problem with Marauders, they can't fire while moving. And, you know, they're quite slow when you compare them to the Nuke Battle Masters. So if you get caught out of position, it's very punishing for them.
Yeah, heads up, it's fantastic once you get that critical mass, you're right, Machine, but for that bit of a struggle. I think Chad will be happy with these trades. Denying workers, denying tunnels, always a positive. He gives away scrap, Machine.
Yeah, double scrap. It's very important to have a lot of tunnels because the Marauders rely on them so much without their fire on the move capability. So Dominator just needs to keep trying to get more forward tunnels. As for Chad, he's going to definitely struggle with this. I like how he's going for the bunker helix. Rather predictable. And actually going for the outpost here. Oh, no TNT. Oh man, now he doesn't actually get the TNT off on this double scrap Marauder. We have a Nuke Battle Master out on the field. There goes the double scrap Marauder. It was a bit of a waste though. Again, you generally want to play around the tunnel because that is such a nasty unit to have, and he lost it without really achieving anything.
Certainly right there, Machine. This Marauder extremely low as well. Has not a fun retreat path. Though it could go for a dozer here. Forces at least the Battle Master off for now.
Yeah. Okay, I think he retargets the Whoa, what is he doing? He could have got the dozer down. He had so much time to get that dozer, and now he loses it. So definitely not the best game from Chad.
Yeah. Look, I mean, from Dominator, I think you mean, my friend. So yeah.
Oh, of course,
Yeah,
Dominator.
it
Yeah,
is, yeah.
wow, Dominator.
That's a weird sentence, isn't it? Weird.
Yeah.
Look, I would certainly fire that Marauder driver if he wasn't already on fire and suffering hideous radiation damage as well.
Okay, we have the quads, so very nice game sense from Dominator. Doesn't actually scout the airfield out, but it's just good game sense that when you do go the Marauders against China, you definitely want to have the quads mixed in.
Certainly agree with that, Machine. Also, the addition of those attack outposting quads are going to go a lot better against those than the Marauders will. Marauders having virtually no anti-infantry damage, so also could be a response to the couple of outposts that we saw Chad produce. Dominator has taken over the center of this map.
Look how ambitious this palace placement is. He actually may get denied here by the Dragon Tank and the Helixes. That's 2 bunker Helixes, I believe.
Really beautifully microed there by Chad. He moved the Dragon Tank in, denied the quad pop coming out from the tunnels. Now going to be focusing the second tunnel network down, denying quad mobility while the Helixes move in, and all of a sudden, Dominator's overinvestment in this middle is going to cost him.
No tunnels nearby to pop his quads out. Maybe we'll see it here, though. That's only a single tunnel, and actually, there's the pop. A little bit late, though, but only a single quad. 2 of them, another one from the War Factory, as are the RPGs, but... What? What is... I think he... that's why.
That's
okay,
why.
He took the supply out. Probably won't be worth it, though, if you can deny the production. Another quad spawns.
Nice stop micro coming out there from Dominator from the quad, but yeah, you're right, Machine, it might not be enough.
Definitely beneficial to Dominator. Sorry, Chad, I keep getting this player's mistaken. Yeah, of course, Chad is the China having a really nice trade. Maybe even the oil will go down as well.
Seems like a poorly timed push from Dominator there to me, Machine. I mean, Chad played that really well, went for the tunnel network, and it lost so much from losing the tunnel on that arms dealer. Having the arms dealer go down, really expensive, the supply as well.
Quads are out in the open, so they can't pop out of these tunnels, and that's just so important now because all of these tunnels have been destroyed. The middle, there's none. On the right side, there's none, and that it allows the Helixes to have so much mobility, which you normally don't see because of the threat of those quad pops.
Helixes go for a mid-air high five. Their job is done. They've made it all the way back to the airfield. 2 bunker Helixes without a prop Lix, running around the entire map against a GLA with 7 orcs, 7 quads, half a dozen RPGs. Come back with a few scratches on the paintwork. Nice micro again from Chad. Gets a perfect demolition onto those quads.
It should be the rest of these going down though. And the tunnel completes, which is very important because now he has something to defend the supply with.
Even going to be denying workers here, Machine. The Battlemaster blows up, takes another 2 workers with it. There's radiation in the area as well. Scout post on the left-hand side covering that oil derrick for Chad, probably wanting to head into the propaganda center for the Lotus cap, hopefully soon.
I don't see any pallets just yet. We do actually have the oil though. It's been there for a while, so Dominator should be ahead in the economy, especially as he had that supply for a while there, but they didn't quite catch the timing on the supply. It may not have actually paid itself off. Both of these supplies, in fact, maybe haven't paid off.
Probably not. It's just uncharacteristic overinvestment from Dominator, going double middle supply and a palace.
And an oil cap.
And an oil cap, and expecting that to actually work out. Yeah, not like Dominator at all. Oh, no, Dominator, no.
Yeah, another supply, and it's probably going to get denied here. Yeah, I don't know how many quads Dominator has left. It doesn't look like there's many. There's only a handful. So this game is definitely going horribly for Dominator. I mean, he's got 3 Helixes. They've got a bit of veterancy on them as well. There's no propaganda center just yet, but he does have this command center, which is very important. Generally, the prop center is worth getting first because then you can cap your oil with a Lotus. Does throw away 2 Battlemasters though, which is strange.
Yeah, probably didn't need to do that. Throwing one of them in would have made sense to give the Dragon Tank an entry, and that's brutal.
It doesn't actually matter though because it's going to be a Lotus cap most likely rather than the Red Guard. But again, you know, the booby trap's pretty much instant. He had no chance there to get the cap, so you might as well just throw that down just in case a Red Guard pops for whatever reason. This is maybe too many Helixes though. I feel like after 3, he probably should have gone for the prop center, not only for the Overlords to counter the quads, but of course just the Lotus to cap the oil and start putting pressure on the base of Dominator.
Are you gonna have words with Chad after this game for putting 4 tank unders into his Helix and then 1 more and lacking the Horde bonus machine?
Yeah. Well, no, it doesn't even put 1 more in. He just has 4. So
right.
My discipline will be stern. I don't tolerate that kind of nonsense. It's bad karma, you know. 4 tank hunters in a Helix.
That. And 4 especially in Chinese culture as well. Not good at all.
That reference goes beyond me.
It goes a little bit beyond you.
I'm sorry,
as far as I'm aware, unless I'm being incredibly culturally insensitive, which is, you know, likely, as it turns out, 4 has a similar, like, sound to death in Chinese.
Really?
How it works out, yeah. So it's like a gambling thing in particular that they don't like the number 4. So yeah, well, 4 helixes and 4 tank hunters inside one of the helixes does not bode well for Chad.
Yeah, I suppose in America it's, you know, the unlucky 13. I think it is. Like, you have some hotels. Oh, nice deny of the carpet bomb. In some hotels, they don't have a 13th floor.
Yeah, yeah.
Which is just stupid. Yeah. You shouldn't be embracing the superstition, but you should be embracing the quad pop. Oh man, there goes one of them. Maybe even a second one. Though, I'm sorry that all that hype actually covered up the nice crush that we saw from the outpost tonight. Oh, what? The mines! Oh man! This last 30 seconds has just been nonsense. We've seen a crazy clutch oil deny with the crush. We saw a quad pop. We saw some mine detonations. What's next?
Who knows? Who knows, Machine? Hopefully a propaganda center here from Chad. That's my dream, at least. That is my dream. I'm hoping we get to see that one. I would like to see him transition out of these helixes with the amount of quads on the field. That's a weird thing to do.
The Gatling cannon.
I'm assuming that's going to be a 3rd supply here for Chad.
Yeah,
Gatling cannon, yeah.
He actually doesn't have a propaganda helix anymore, so he has to repair the good old-fashioned way.
His helixes, I mean, his flanks certainly are going to be covered now. One of those big features about Tournament Desert, the small kind of flanking routes on those sides where you can cover them up with a single mine drop in this case, and a Gatling cannon will cover the entire route.
Chad has his chance to repent for his sins, and oh no!
Oh! Make it stop!
I'm gonna zoom in.
Eyes!
Just so you can really see. Definitely 4.
And another, that helix has no horde bonus.
Well, and it's the issue is that yeah, exactly. It's 4 bunker helixes. Like, how many bunker helixes do you need?
Against quads. I mean, it's not exactly a hard counter machine.
I mean, 4 is obviously better than 3, yeah. but having a propaganda helix, the prop tower helix is much better. So you have that repair and the speed boost as well. And the problem with just so many Nuke Battle Masters is their reliability. If there's a pretty big RPG pop from one of the tunnels, you can lose all of them to a nasty detonation, which is one of the reasons why the Overlords are so popular. It's going to be the forward supply, as the Gatling cannon would suggest, as would the mines as well. So the bunker. So it's kind of weird he went both a Gatling cannon and a bunker. The bunker would have been a better way of going about that, because with a Gatling cannon, it's not very good versus the I mean, a few things really. Battle buses for a start, Scorpions, Marauders, if you see those, probably not with that many helixes. Carpet bomb comes through.
Nice dodge coming out there from Dominator. He does avoid it. I suppose using them in conjunction with each other is nice, though, Machine. It's going to be hard for a quad army to siege a Gatling cannon and a bunker, just because they've got to focus 2 down.
The other issue is just buggies.
Yeah, which is true, yes. Yeah, we'll get hard countered by buggies.
Yeah, so. One buggy will counter a Gatling cannon, but the thing is with a bunker, is he losing 3 quads to this radiation? He lost 2 at least. Yeah. But I mean, so did Chad. He lost his own Battle Masters there earlier. But I was going to say, it's because if you have a bunker with RPGs, you just evac the bunker, and then, okay, you've lost, I think, $400, maybe it's $500 for the bunker, but overall, it's still, you know, not a waste of investment, because you have the RPGs on the ground. This is just so many helixes, though.
Yeah, you almost can't fight that machine. That's the thing. Eventually, I mean, quad's hard counter helixes, but that many helixes, You need the RPG mix.
Melee's one of them though. Yeah,
Oh.
and a battle bus is nice as well, so long as you have the tunnel nearby. But I feel like Chad is just gone. I was gonna say he has too many helixes, and it's very easy to just lose a helix in terms of if you make a small error. It's so micro intensive, and when your entire composition relies on just not losing helixes, especially as the game draws out and you need to start punishing those black markets.
These pops are so on point by Dominator. The quad pops here is so ready for the support powers coming in from China. Forward pops, which is forcing Chad intelligently to use the rip.
You got a
No way!
wow.
No, how many swag points is that?
Well,
How many
that's pretty impressive, but it's more just Chad making a colossal error.
Like,
I mean two or three swag points, but it's Chad's fault for being an idiot. You don't drive your truck back into your supply when you have a demo Jarman that's planted a TNT on it. So that's not bad. I mean, obviously that is bad. Obviously quad pop.
one helix down.
Close one,
close.
close one. I think actually there was a retarget there, maybe. Yeah, see, that's why the retarget.
Right.
It automatically did that. Like he wouldn't have microed
Manually,
the truck,
yeah.
but it would have automatically returned back to the supply. But still, a very crushing defeat there. This is a nice terrorist. It's gonna get close. That was so close to getting that. I guess one of them down with the Jarman. And yeah, these helixes, maybe should split them up. It might be worth it. But it's even more micro though. But it can pay off if you kind of force the quads to pop somewhere and then you just snipe down a tunnel or two. More terrorists. Yeah, it needs to be careful of this.
That was very close to actually taking the Jarman out as well, Machine. The RPGs almost killed their own Jarman by exploding a nuke.
Right, yeah.
Oh, yeah. A nuke battle master next to it. So this time the carpet bomb's actually going to come in. It's going to connect here, Machine. After taking out the forward tunnels, really nothing that Dominator can do against this. The helixes are going to swing by. There doesn't seem to be enough quads.
Oh, Stinger
Stinger
Sight.
Sight's a nice choice.
Almost gets it.
Very close.
Focus fire, again, not on point here. The quads, I don't know if they focused the same target as the helix, but there's 3 of them that were wounded and one of them very close to dying, so... Dominator, I think he's just losing too many quads. It's interesting because, again, it's like... It's so easy to just lose the helixes in a blink of an eye, but... If you only have a few quads, you don't really have much to fear.
And it's entirely preventing a transition into... This is nice. Focus firing the abandoned... Battle Masters.
One of them goes
there
down.
we go. As you were saying, Machine, incredibly easy to lose one helix. It's stopping any transition into buggies or battle bus. Because against 4 bunker elixirs, that is certainly not what you want, that high tier GLA tech. You just want to stick on quads.
Yeah, especially because the cash bounty is insane. When you kill a helix, you're also killing all of the RPGs inside, so you just get so much cash from that. Dominator, he's got 2... Oh, no, just 1 black market, so he actually hasn't built a second one. His economy is very low, only has 1 worker. Needs to maybe get some more, considering there's still a fair bit of supplies. Maybe just 2 or 3.
Yeah, the lack of barbed wire on top of the GLA buildings is a fair sort of an indication where they're setting economically, which is not good. Is that a bomb truck?
Yeah, it's a bomb truck. It blew up 2 of them. Oh, Jarman and the mines may get him. I think the bomb truck blew up the mines, maybe?
Yeah.
Because those mines aren't there, and the Jarman getting the TNT off, that's going to blow up too as well. Mine drop, no, it's an EMP,
and it
only hits half of the helixes. Will it be enough, though? 1 helix goes down, the rest should be okay here. Yeah.
If only we saw Dominator move a little bit further forward. The helixes had to take the engagement there, no matter how many quads the EMP hit.
Well,
so there goes the power. At least it's going to slow down production. Also, we'll disable this Gatling cannon on the right-hand side. Quads are going to be swooping in, recognizing the distinct lack of quads. Should be able to clean up the majority of Dominator's base here.
Uh-oh. Oh, he actually gets it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that was a loss that shouldn't have happened. We'll put it that way. That could have been easily avoided. He didn't need to be that close to the garrison. He could have done the damage from, you know, over here. And that's... I don't know. This game is really close because this Jarman
Oh, if he does it again!
Is just
if
wreaking
he does
havoc.
it again! He's gonna do it again. Oh, no.
Uh-oh.
Do it.
Chad.
Do it! Do it!
Wait, where's his supply? He doesn't even have one.
Does he have one?
No.
Okay.
He sold his last supply off.
Okay.
I guess
He sold his supply. Wow.
Well, it's,
okay.
you know, it's over there, so he... Yeah, like, what happened here? Was it originally demoed? I don't know, this game is weird. But we have the Jarman wrecking face, avoiding all these mines.
Veteran C3.
There's a lot of quads here as well. Only 2 helixes left, which isn't really enough against that many quads. And there's still no propaganda center, so the Overlord will Lotus aren't an option. There's no supplies left at the south. The supply is gone in the north, the middle rather. We have a black market and we have some workers mining here. Again, only 2 or 3, but that's all he needed. Didn't want to overcommit to that.
All right.
But
That was actually cool. I do want to mention that for a second. So Chad used the carpet bomb on the palace and would have followed it up with the arty strike, which would have been enough to finish the palace off if the carpet bomb had landed. But knowing how good Dominator has been on his quad pop so far, he used the carpet bomb first, waited to see if it connected. It didn't, so he changed targets and took out the black market instead, and therefore didn't waste the artillery strikes. That was actually very nicely played. Good use of General's powers, which was one of the few boons that Chad still has.
yeah, Chad, it's like he needs a propaganda helix, but he also needs a Gatling helix to try and take this Jarman out.
No, dude, I think it's GG because both of those helixes now have 5 tank hunters inside them.
Oh,
So,
yeah.
okay.
Yeah, that's the real
Chad
reason why
wins.
Chad lost this game is because
Yeah.
he hasn't had 5 tank hunters. Rookie mistake here, but even Dominator's economy is pretty negligible. It's going to be the cash bounty. Okay, it's actually revealing, but no, it doesn't matter. If what recaps
Yeah.
it. Okay.
And Jarman. Jarman is going to be a pretty key factor here,
Yeah.
even with the amount of outposts on the field. I love how safe Dominator is playing with this Jarman. Knows how important it is to his composition. This is the ideal time to push out.
These mines could be deadly though. Okay, here come the helixes. Only 2 quads within range, so a nice little response there from Dominator. The tunnels are pretty important. It gives the helix a lot less mobility.
Radar van, hell yeah! Double radar van here from Dominator. I mean, maybe 1 too many, but the mine's going to be useless. Also, these scout posts are going to be taken down.
Yeah, that's certainly good. Stinger Sight does a bit of damage. He has to be careful when he flies back though. He's going to be flying over somewhere. I think he goes for the left. Because, oh no, you have to go back in the tunnel. Because the left has no tunnel, so if there is going to be an escape, it will be on that left side. So maybe we should put 2 or 3 quads here, and then leave the rest in the tunnels to see where they go. Or is he just going straight for the base? Yeah, I suppose he is, isn't he?
Yeah, I mean, might as well push for it. The helixes really can't do anything. They're going to have to respond. The Jarman's there. That's going to be able to take down anything too dangerous. You can't base race a GLA machine.
Yeah, the theory has been tested, and helixes aren't good on the defense when the entire army is quads.
I mean, what do the helixes do here? How do they find an engagement? The carpet bomb is going to miss.
All they have to do is wait for the EMP. That's probably it there. No, it's a mine drop. Okay, but splitting them off, like that could have been a moment to engage, but really it all comes down to the EMP, and the mines actually get a fair bit. So it's nice, but not enough. And he may lose more if he paths over this.
And I hear a demo ticking as well, machine. It looks like Demo Jarman's been busy. He has. Going for the command center here.
I believe he needs 2 of them though, maybe even 4. Okay, more than that.
Yeah, quads.
Just maybe even 4.
Maybe 4. The quads are still hitting everything here, machine. I mean, it's taking out the majority
no!
of the base. Oh no, not more mines. That's a winnable engagement if micro correctly for 2 helixes.
Yeah, 4v2. That's a pretty good number. There goes the radar van. Dominator may have just thrown the game by losing all these quads.
It's possible. I mean, look at this, 3 quads in the area. They can definitely take this, especially with the quads. Oh, that's a dozer though. That was not intelligent. Positioning there by Chad.
His last dozer, it probably wouldn't have mattered too much though. What? He loses. It's still alive actually. Maybe we should evac this, but that
there's no.
Yeah, that garrison is pretty much taken down that helix. Maybe he underestimated how many were actually inside of it. He actually takes the dozer. Was that with the Jarman? Was he that desperate? Wow, I think he just capped that with his Vet 3 Jarman, but he didn't really have any more use for his Jarman. Like, what else was he gonna do?
Does he even have any workers though? Did he need the dozer to build a scaffold?
Yeah, he did. He did.
He did need the dozer to build a scaffold. All his workers were taken out, and Chad goes down. All the workers were down. He Jarman capped so he could build a scaffold so he didn't lose the game.
Because that would have been it.
That would have been it, because I'm pretty sure he didn't have workers unless there were some inside the tunnel networks which you would thought he would have popped before. I believe the Helixes took out the workers, and then you can base race a GLA because they don't have any workers anymore. And
yeah.
Dominator manages to Jarman snipe the dozer, cap the dozer, and build 2 scaffolds to keep himself in the game, and Chad goes down.
I didn't realize that we had a base race situation actually happening. Yeah, that was nuts. He would have lost because there was a hole, but that was actually a tunnel, and the tunnels don't count as a building. You will lose the game even if you have tunnels because they count as a base defense.
Yeah.
Like you lose with Gatling cannons, as we saw then. He had the bunker and the Gatling cannon, so very clutch game by Dominator. Chad, if he had that dozer just off to the side away from that Jarman, he would have actually survived. I mean, we don't normally recommend that you capture a dozer with the Vet 3 demo Jarman, but in this specific situation, it's generally worth going for. I mean, he didn't have his command center because you could have also rebel and ambushed and to cap that, but of course your CC went down, or you didn't even build one. But yeah, that was. I don't even know. That game was strange, but it was entertaining.
Yeah, it was entertaining. It certainly was. And Dominator playing very strange at the start of the game. Chad was, with overall, I thought, pretty brilliant Helix micro. It was good. His judgment of amount of missiles to take out a building were actually really good. So you're backing the Helixes away as soon as possible. Made a couple of missed micros, but overall, I thought the Helix micro was superb. Really nice use of General's powers, intelligent play, crippling Dominator for over-investing in the middle there as well. I was going to say, I was really going to get up at Chad for not using those Helixes to take the engagement against the quads as they were pushing in, but he almost won the game by taking out all the scaffolds. I don't know if he knew that all the workers were down, but he certainly managed to do some work there. That was great. Great game.
Yeah, that was a nice one. Well, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, you can support us on Patreon as always, since we are doing this full time. But that'll wrap us up. We will see you next time with more 0 Hour and other RTS content.
Cheers. Mate. Mate.
I'll flatten you.
Mate, you get the fuck out of here. Hey, I don't like the look of you. You go gamble somewhere else, mate. Well, mate, you're getting a bit rowdy, don't you think?